when life's been going so good, you kind of sit there and you start to think like, all right, what's going to go wrong, right? You start to put energy behind like, hey, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen real soon, right? And you think that something's going to go bad. I remember, man, probably about 4 years ago or something, I was at a point in my life to where like shit was going like really good, and I used to like self-sabotage, right? Like shit would be going really good. I'm sure some of you guys have been through this, but shit would be going really good, and I'd be like looking for things that are gonna happen, right? Looking for things that might happen to me that could drag me down, or right? It's this feeling of like not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough, right? I've been through that, and I see like I did a lot of Zooms today, and I seen that in a lot of you, and I was like, damn man, I've been through that. And I was trying to think, and I was like trying to think through in some of the stories that that have happened to me and what I've went through with those same things. And I can tell you, like, one of the things that kind of got me over that is one, realizing that those stories did nothing besides that. They're just a story, right? And so it's like being able to, in your mind, separate fact or what happened or what's happening compared to what we think is going to happen. Because what I've realized with our minds, and I'm sure you guys are the same way, what I've realized is that us as people, we're kind of psycho, okay? Most of us are psycho. We always have something going on in our head. There's always something going on in our head, constantly turning, constantly telling us something's going to happen or watch out for this or this. And our minds are just constantly churning up new shit. And so one of the things is obviously stories of like pulling you back, or stories of you're not worthy, or stories of, yeah, this sounds too good to be true, right? Those are just stories. And being able to control your mind, or one thing that helped me was being able to control my mind and say, hey man, that's a story. This is fact of what's happening. Let me focus on fact. Let me focus on what's actually happening compared to the stories I tell myself. Because I promise you, you guys are just as crazy as me. If you don't believe me, take a moment of silence. I bet you money your brain didn't stop. I bet you money there was a million things going on in your head. Whether it was even maybe, I don't tell myself stories, whatever that may be for you, the truth of the matter is that our minds are constantly going, grinding, dragging us. And whether they're dragging us up or whether they're dragging us down is completely up to us, right? Maybe we don't control the fact that our mind continues to go, but we do control the fact of what we're willing to listen to, what we're willing to focus on, and what we take responsibility for, right? And so I think one of the things that you have to remind yourselves is that this all turning brain that we have can be controlled, and it's controlled by focus. It's controlled by, like, instead of like most of the time, right? Like most of the time, most of us don't even realize our brain's doing it. But now that you can now say, hey, that was a thought. Don't like that thought. On to the next. And you just kind of, I don't know what they call it. What do they call that shit where people date, the dating site, swipe left, swipe right? I kind of do that with my brain all day, right? So a bad thought, it's not that bad thoughts don't come into my mind. It's the fact that I'm able to see a bad thought when it's a bad thought and realize that it's not going to do anything for my life. It's not going to drive me forward. It's not going to do anything at all. And so I just swipe that shit out and I go, oh, hey, look, boom, Facebook ads. Yeah, I can focus on that. Oh yeah, look, this business owner needs help. I can focus on that. And I focus on the positive stuff and get rid of the negative stuff that's going on, because each and every one of us, guys, has negative shit going on, whether we like it or not. That's an all-turning brain. It turns at all times. As you start getting better and better at it, those negative thoughts, those negative things in your mind start to disappear.